Just a quick heads up, this video is not a financial advice. It's created purely for informational and educational purposes to empower you with knowledge and information. Before making any investment moves, it's smart to get proper financial guidance. And guess what? GBOSHE FX don't just share content. He coach, guide, and support you on your journey to smarter investing. Let's delve to the weekly pre-market outlook.
It's trust are doing well. So here we see on set is GBOSHE FX. As we normally do, this is for weekly analysis, right? Yeah, we did the last one last week. So now this will be position us for good trade setup for this week, right here. So without wasting much time, let's look at this. We'll be looking at gold. So this was the projection last week, right? Yeah, we were expecting market to come to this point so that we take our entry, as we mark this as a good supply zone, and it has not been tapped yet. So we'll still watch out for further reactions. Maybe during this week, watching out for this level as a kind of liquidity. This level is still valid. This level is still valid. So let's say it goes. This our trade remain active. Let's see, except maybe there's a breakout from this zone, then we'll now look for another setup. So this is for gold, XAUUSD. So the next setup we're looking at is US 100. So US 100, let's see the opportunities for this week. So we were still expecting market to get to this supply zone, but now this is a multi-confluence trade setup. This is a trend line. The trend line bounce at this other touch, and as well this is also a supply zone, and as well this looks like a kind of major resistance at this zone. You understand? So it has reacted severally. So this was a good multi-confluence zone for us to watch out for. But you see, market never came to this point, but then it came to this point. That means it used this as a supply zone. So I'll just go ahead and delete this and delete this and delete this. And now, where should we be maybe considering? We can be considering this other party. Maybe as a kind of supply zone. So our entry, let's see, maybe from any kind of reaction. But just one thing that is very important is wait for a liquidity like this. So a liquidity raid, then maybe a tap into this zone to some extent. Okay, I'll adjust something, then maybe with some confirmation, we can now take our trade, then taking it down to this low. I think this will be very effective. So something like this, understand? So we will just wait for some little appreciation, because this is an imbalance, right? This is an imbalance. Then now we'll be positioning to catch our trade somewhere here, and then take it well to maximize the risk to reward. So first TP target can be here, and the other TP target can be here. So change this now. This is support. Change this now to this point. So this is a 1:3.4. Okay, almost 1:3.4. So this is the setup for US 100 right there. So let's quickly look at EURUSD. Wow, there was massive catch print this week. Okay, last week. You see, EURUSD, we caught this trade at this point for the supply zone, and this was our target. Target has not been hit yet, right? Yeah, but now for last week's setup, the weekly outlook, how we can maximize the opportunity. Let me use 1 hour, maybe it makes sense. So I looked at this and I was saying that first, let's expect a breakout from this zone. So now I say this is a trend line. Let's expect a breakout, and this breakout happened at this point. See, this was a breakout at this level, and this was a breakout out of this trend line as well. So what happened? It broke out and it retested, but then it never came to this place. That is why you need to watch out for price reaction as it happened within the time. So what possible ways we would have deployed to take this setup? So this is a breakout. So what do we get? We get that this is a supply zone. All of this zone is a supply zone. So with effective purpose to this now, this is like the top-down analysis overall supply zone. You can see this, but now this is an internal supply zone. So with this approach, we can take our trade here at this point somewhere here, understand the supply zone at the beginning, or as the case may be, taking it, then maybe we can, this zone now, you can respect this level too, not just this one, so that just in case for any retracement. And I mark this that this is the first target. This one is to do sharp, it was hit, and now the next target is this zone, right? And it's almost hitting this zone. So this was how we caught this setup. Yeah, we caught it maybe somewhere here at this point now. Waited for entry confirmation and this. So we caught it here. But anyway, yeah, this is how it looks like. So I'll go ahead and delete this one. So for this week, what are we expecting for this week? So this week, what are we expecting? Very important, because Yeah, cash print all the way. So I made a projection also that if this breaks up, then we'll be expecting a buy and maybe a dump from the dollar index, but this never broke out for me, so we're safe. You understand? Following top down analysis. So now what are we expecting for this week? As simple, you know, what we use with our technical approach is just divided into two. We use the top down analysis to just spot out the levels from the higher time frame, and then the supply and demand zone to take good entry. So if you look at this is even a kind of resistance. Yeah, so this makes sense. I can call it a good supply zone still. So this might be a kind of liquidity. But if you notice, if I should draw something like a trend line here, you notice that there is a kind of reaction at this point. This can still hold down, but I will tell you how we can use it. So this first is a supply zone. So maybe just in case market use this as liquidity and tap into the zone, something like this, wait for a sweep, something like this. There may be a breakout, you can take it on engulfing, or you can wait for a little retest from the little supply zone and take it down to this point. So our entry will be at this zone, then SL will be at this level. Then this will be the target for this week, right? This 1:4.5 is a good catch. But now, just in case here, we see a breakout from this zone and market approaching this, then ultimately this will be the next supply zone to look at. As simple as that, guys. Trading is not too, the chart work is not too hard. Just try to make it simple. Simplicity is good in positioning for accuracy as well. So just take your trade here. You see this level as a resistance level or your SL level, then you just target this point first, then maybe this point will be the next target. So guys, this is for Euro USD. So what will be the next one? GBPUSD, GBPUSD. So let's see what he has to offer. So GBPUSD, guys, okay, we made this projection that okay, we're expecting a reaction to this point, but now if you notice, there was no breakout at this level. No, there was no breakout. Rather, market just sank down, and now as I will delete this. So what were we positioning for? We're just positioning for to catch the sales from it, because ultimately we are catching ourselves from the supply zone. But now see this was the supply zone that GBPUSD used. You use this and it broke. This is break of structure, right? So now let me just keep this aside. But now just positioning for an entry here, you can use this supply zone. So maybe when this thing react, use this as liquidity, react to somewhere at this point. You can use this SL like this. First target. Wow, this is one that I'm telling you, I'm giving you guys cash print update. Make sure you are taking advantage of it. And this will be the first TP. Then maybe ultimately this might be the second. This one is to 7. What it means is that if you are risking $10, you'll be making $70. If you are risking $100, you'll be making $700. If you are risking $50, you'll be making, ultimately $1,300 or so dollars. So opportunities are presenting themselves. We just need to make ourselves available to take advantage of the opportunity. So the last and final analysis we'll be looking is USDCHF. I just take time to look at some dollar based pairs and code pairs as well, because it makes sense. All right, so now finally you see this is just our trading. This now was not hit, right? So this was hit. This was not hit. This is the target, and now it came almost to SL, but now it is tanking back up. That is just how trading is. Just make it very simple. So now I was expecting market that okay, at this point, normally now when something is just reacting, see now if you look at this from this higher time frame, this is a good support level that market came back into, and because of this, I was just expecting this buy. So this is top down analysis. But now entry model is another thing. Entry model is how you position to take it. So during the course of this week, I noticed that okay, that was on Monday. This resistance level, it was broken. So if you look at this now, this I can say that this is a resistance level, but this was maybe, let me say, it was broken here at this point. Then which zone am I market at my demand zone? This was what I did. Sometimes market will not just happen very neat as you are doing it in the chart work. You just need to use discretion and just interpret the candles reaction still. So I'll go ahead and delete this one, delete this as well. So what happened? This was where we took this entry because this was a demand zone. But now you don't want to just take it. You wait now. Maybe when you see this confirmation entry, this breakout and this, you cannot take it here, put your SL and ultimately ride it to this target. Wow, this is a good catch. So what are we looking for this week? You need to be very careful. So this is almost holding as a support here at this zone. So let me delete this. You see a chart work. You need to understand and read chart pattern. So Okay, let me shift this because this will be the next resistance. So now this is almost reacting at this point, and this is pushing up. So what do we expect? As simple, if market breaks here, which I think it has broken already, if we get a reaction at this demand zone, it can be a good one for us to strike and add another position for the buys. So it can be like this. So this can be the first target, 1:3. This is very sharp, 1:3, and then ultimately we can just target this 1:4.7. So this is the trade setup for this week, guys. Let's see how it goes. Please, I need your comment and your reaction, just in case this was helpful, or you have any insight. You say, okay, maybe you are thinking this, that maybe dollar is supposed to be weak, is reacting to a confidence. So please just share your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be right there with you guys. Please, we are doing this together. It's the cash print system. Try to use this vehicle to see how we can make an income stream from here, you understand, and also enhance our earnings, our finances. So let's see how it goes, guys. Thank you very much for paying attention to this time. Love you. We'll meet like this next week again. Yes, and okay, before I finish, there is an opportunity that is coming up very soon this December. Updates on that will be given very soon. Yeah, so thank you very much. To enjoy your week and be fruitful.
Thanks for watching till the end. Your time means a lot. If you found value here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this. And when you're ready to grow with guidance, GBOSHE FX coaching is just one step away. Thanks for watching till the end. Your time means a lot. If you found value here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this. And when you're ready to grow with guidance, GBOSHE FX coaching is just one step away.